Dan to be Severn here, and welcome back to another episode of Don and Dan's Toxic Masculinity. And Mr. Frye, how are we doing there today? How are you enjoying that cigar?
Well, better than the one you gave me that you purchased for me. Spends a lot of money.
It was the best cigar for $1. Come on, the best cigar for $1.
Yeah, it was only 10 years old. Yeah. Got it at a garage sale.
Oh, I feel the love. I feel love. Introduce our guest.
$1. When the hell have you ever spent $1 at one place anyways?
The dollar store?
Yeah. You bitched about that, too. This is Rich Moreno. He's our third wheel on the show. He's our Andy, right? and our new guest today is a good friend of mine. He's been a friend of mine since, 97, I think it was?
Yeah, 98.
98, yeah. One of those days miserable. So, bad year. So, Ken Yasuda, Mr. Japan, pro bodybuilder. Been a buddy of mine forever. How you doing, partner?
Oh, very good. Thanks for having me here.
Well, we can't get anybody else, so we said,
oh, okay.
Where should we start in Ken's career? I mean, at what point in time did you meet Ken, and what was Ken doing at that time?
Well, we met like he said in 97 or 98. Now I forget.
Yeah, okay. When you got hired by Mr. Inoki.
Yeah, Mr. Inoki.
Mr. Inoki's retirement.
I did his retirement match. Yeah. And that was in April of 98, correct?
So that we're talking professional wrestling now.
Yes,
now,
sir.
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
For New Japan Pro Wrestling way back when. It was just going up to its peak. And when they hired me, it plummeted down. And I've been fighting this way back ever since.
Right. I was with Mr. Inoki. I was still a professional bodybuilder. So Mr. Inoki was my supporter and helped me with the promotion of my, big name and through magazine and media. And at the same time, I was also coaching Mr. Inoki's fighters and New Japan Pro Wrestler at the New Japan Pro Wrestling Inoki Dojo in LA. And Don got hired to do Mr. Inoki's retirement match. And that was a tournament, right?
Actually. Yeah, it was set up as a tournament. And I miraculously won the tournament and got his retirement show. And generally, it's a retirement's like a Broadway. It goes 30, 45 minutes to, give the wrestler a chance to say goodbye to their fans and give their fans something to remember. And about 2 minutes into the match, I broke 3 of Mr. Inoki's ribs.
Oh, my goodness. For some of you guys that don't know or never heard of Antonio Inoki, he's just the biggest name you could ever have in Japan. He's respected by everybody. He's just at the top of the food chain over there. Has he ever slapped you?
No, I didn't make a mistake.
Not in front of anybody.
Not in front of anybody?
Not in front of anybody.
That's a little inside joke. It's a big honor to get slapped by Antonio Inoki.
I heard that the people line up like in the ring and they climb in there.
Thousands of people up and down the stadium waiting just to get kids, and he does not discriminate. He slaps everybody with some veracity. Right, Ken?
Exactly.
Wow.
Right.
Well, I mean, where did that come about? Did it happen? I imagine it happened somewhere during the course of a match,
right?
And or maybe that's something
emulating a match, probably, right? Emulating. He slapped somebody, and
what do emulating mean?
We'll look it up later.
Rich, you can't use those kind of words around Don here, right?
I don't think it means what you think it means.
You keep saying that word. So he never slapped you in public, huh?
No.
But you're a bodybuilder. You said in the beginning. What drew you to bodybuilding? I mean, how young were you when you started to your bodybuilding career?
I was actually, I was playing baseball.
You're a baseball player, yeah.
I came to the States when I was a junior in high school in order to achieve my Major League Baseball dream. And I played high school baseball and went to college, and I was, USC. But I got hurt my elbow, so I couldn't throw.
You were high school in Utah, correct?
Yeah, I graduated from a high school in Utah.
Yeah, then you got a scholarship to UCLA or USC?
USC, yeah. And
I heard you had some pro offers too at that time.
Yeah, But
Not in baseball, though.
But during baseball, when I was playing baseball, sometimes my energy level was good. Other times I was tired. So I didn't know there must be a way to kind of overcome the fatigue or boost up the energy. And I was talking to trainers and coaches, and nobody really knew. They just told me to eat yogurt, and I got a diarrhea. Okay, that was the worst. But
they're all laughing about it still.
Well, especially when you play baseball, because most of the trousers you're wearing are white.
The whole new meaning of sliding home.
But so I had to kind of, I was curious about learning nutrition and physiology. And I always like to lift weights because, you have to be strong. And I want to be more masculine, big muscles and strength. So I picked up weights. Okay, this is something I can do. I set the goal to be a pro bodybuilder. And my first goal will be taking Mr. Japan national title and then become professional bodybuilder.
So are you like young 20s at this time? Or you, what?
Yeah, I was 22.
Okay, now late 20s. He just got out of high school.
Finally got those credits.
Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't like normal Japanese that are really
Well,
smart.
no, he was talking about his baseball career first. But so I didn't know at what point you, okay.
You transitioned.
Okay,
Yeah.
transition from, okay.
It
Follow
took...
along, Mr. Severn.
Okay.
For you, that
I'm
means
trying to
changed
make notes
over.
here.
Transition changed over.
No, but it took 2 years for me to set the next goal because I lived for a baseball dream. Sacrifice everything.
Huge in Japan.
I set the goal when I was 12 and it came over here, and I would be the first Major League Baseball player from Japan that time if I had made it. So it was a big risk I took, but I had to do it, chase my dream. So I did it, and unfortunately, I didn't make it. So next goal, okay, what am I going to do in my life? That was the biggest, hardest thing. That was probably the lowest point of my life. Everything was
Until
gone.
you met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, so I set a goal that I want to do a bodybuilding, for Rio. But I spent 6 to 7 years to just build a solid muscle mass. It takes that long time to build muscles. And
Ken, what was your weight like when you started that process?
light, 175 pounds, small. But,
What would you say would be the biggest or the heaviest you ever got though during your bodybuilding? So go from 175 up to
I went up to 290 pounds.
wow, wow,
And
175 kilos. Huh?
and then came down to 3% body fat on stage at 245, and depleted water, lost 10 pounds, so 235 stage. So that was the
Do you like the nickname, the Arnold Schwarzenegger of Japan?
I was honored because he was great in bodybuilding. He was the greatest ever, and he came to this country from Austria to achieve his goals. And when I read about him, that motivated me. So I want to do the same, to chase my dream and take a chance and do it. So, but the next minute, fans started to call me Japan's Arnold. Wow, that's great.
That's honor.
I wasn't even close to that level, but still.
Awkward silence. Hey, wake up over there, Frye.
You don't look anything like Arnold. You don't sound like him either.
Yeah, so I was reading about something, your lineage of where you're from is tied to samurais.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Can you go over that a little bit? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, my dad, actually grandpa, had the family tree, and that goes back to 46 generations, and they're all samurai lords, and lived in Kyoto City. And I think 701 AD, one of my ancestors set basically one of the Japanese, I think it's a Japanese constitution, first Japanese constitution, and it's known as Taiho Ritsuryo in 70 AD, and my ancestor's name is Fujiwara no Fuhito, and Yeah, I didn't know. I studied in school. I didn't know that was my ancestor way back. But my dad showed me, my grandpa showed me the family tree. And I couldn't even read the, characters, old ones, but that's how I kind of found out.
Does that give you a little sense of pride and like, how big that is over there? That's like...
Yeah, I feel like I couldn't let my ancestors down. I have to be kind of like a samurai, way of samurai mentality-wise, integrity, honor, respect. Those things have to be carried on. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Did your bodybuilding did that open up additional doors? I mean, going into maybe movies. Have you been involved in movies or commercials?
Yeah.
Or because I just think that going from a baseball
Right.
player and going into bodybuilding, I'm
Right.
sure that you had to have, especially at that size.
Yeah, I was bodybuilders in Japan small, So I became the biggest bodybuilder ever, and I was only 185 pounds on stage that time. But everybody was 165, 170 small. So I became the biggest first heavyweight bodybuilder out of Japan and did well in the competition. But after taking Mr. Japan, I thought all the doors would open, and that wasn't the case.
Really?
No money was coming in because there have been many Mr. Japans before. So it wasn't. I was the biggest one ever, but still tough. So I had to be professional in the U.S. and did something that no other Japanese have done before. And it took a while, but then finally doors started to open. And the magazine, on Iron Man magazine, that's the biggest magazine in Japan, And it's the same company here, but biggest magazine in Japan.
Ken got me on the cover.
Yeah. That's right, huh?
Yeah.
Were you really?
Yeah.
He was
What do you mean, was I really?
I could have went the other way. I was going to say he sat on your magazine.
Yeah, I got on the cover.
He got on the cover.
I know, you were oiled up too.
And that's when that magazine started plummeting down.
I know. But, then doors opened up. For probably 5 to 6 years, I whatever I did, the magazine did a feature story on everything I did in terms of, in addition to my training routines and competition results and anything else I did. So I started to get offers, movies, TV shows, or a couple of documentaries were made, and got offers to
Both in Japan and the United States. I mean, I'm thinking you probably had that dual career going for yourself. Had to have.
Japan and the U.S. both. Yeah.
Good.
And because I'm kind of go-getter, active, so I didn't just sit and wait, but I contacted some companies here, and especially at the competitions, a lot of companies from bodybuilding supplement companies, other companies are there. So I talked to everybody. So next minute, they started to give me opportunities, and picked up a lot of, things. Projects.
Well, no, that's the American dream. I mean, lots of people come to the United States, and they come here because it is the land of opportunity.
Right.
So, and it's where but there's a lot of Americans, they don't see that opportunity from that. They just take it for granted.
Yeah.
So I mean,
A lot of people haven't traveled anywhere, and so they don't know what to compare it to. But we're the greatest country on the planet of the earth.
Yeah.
I mean, no question about it. And you can make anything, any of your dreams come true here. Yeah. Whereas in other countries, not so easy.
Right. That's true. I totally agree.
So when you were a kid, did you look at the United States as a place you wanted to go? Or was it just how it naturally happened?
for your baseball career,
Yeah, baseball dream.
that's
Yeah,
what brought that.
I didn't know anybody here, right? So I didn't even speak English. So I didn't know what would happen to me.
Neither did Rich.
Yeah, and these two guys don't really speak English either. We just like communicate. I don't know how this is even happening.
Grunts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also Japan, and pros and cons. Japan has a certain way they kind of socially they teach you how to behave, how to speak. And if you try to do something unusual, whatever they tell you, society tells you you're wrong. So in a way, there's no freedom. In America, there's lots of freedom. So that's what the first thing I noticed when I came to this country.
And your dad was a cop too, right?
No.
No? Well, I messed that one up. No,
That's my brother.
your brother. Oh, I thought your father was too. Okay, I messed that one up.
Yeah.
Older, younger brother? I mean, do you have other brothers and sisters? Or
Yeah, just one younger brother.
Okay.
And he's actually detective, catches all the bad guys. One time he was, have you seen movie Donnie Brasco?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was undercover cop and joining, basically hanging out with mobs, Yakuzas. And, I can't tell this much.
Yeah,
Yeah. He'll be in danger, but but
his address is.
What happens in Roppongi stays in Roppongi.
yeah. Right, but he now he's a little guy. Never, think he's a cop. He's like probably 5'4", 110, 20 pounds. So, but he's a cop of here.
yeah, no, you got the mentality. Well, but it's easier to blend in. You're not standing out, so it's easier to blend in and not bring attention to yourself, I'm sure.
Like the 240-pound guy walks in the room like this guy with his buttons popping open.
I can't even imagine you go from that light of a weight and put out that kind of weight.
Yeah,
Wow.
it took years though, probably 10, 12 years just to grow.
And it must have had nothing but stretchy pants be that big at that point. I mean, if they could, because clothing-wise, geez.
Okay, let's move.
I know.
Scares
Stretchy
makes you
pants.
uncomfortable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Just thinking about the cost.
Okay.